Hi everyone, it's Rosemary Morris from Rosemary Morris Art. I thought I'd show you this journal that I've just finished. I seem to be in a bit of an Egyptian mode at the moment because I've made a great big Egyptian book and this is an Egyptian journal. This one's a little different from what I've made before in the construction of it. As you can see, it's got these sections here. They're actually envelopes that are folded and glued together like one inside the other because they're about that big. And then I've done a loose binding on it, and they're connected to that with brads and glue, but the brads because it's a different way of doing it. Then in between each envelope there's a little journal there that's held in with elastic. So this is the front cover, which is some beautiful fabric. I have no idea where I got it from because I had it for years, but I thought it looked a bit Egyptian. There's corners on it, metal corners, which you can buy in bulk off eBay. The thing that's holding it together around it is a necklace that I actually made for my daughter's wedding, to wear to my daughter's wedding. And if you can see it, if I can tip it so you can see it a bit better, it's actually crocheted wire that I've threaded beads onto. And then what I've done, because it obviously being crocheted wire, it's stretchy, so I've sewn it on to some tape to stop it stretching. And then around the back here there's a scarab beetle. The fabric wasn't wide enough to go all the way round, and I wanted to use this pattern piece which was just sort of the end of the fabric, and so what I did was I've stitched it down here and put this blue piece in, and then stitched on a stripe of this that was along the bottom of the fabric, well, in a different place in the fabric. And then this I've also made into tabs inside the book. The closure is again part of the necklace, and there's dingle dangles on it with little Egyptian charms on it. That's one of the goddesses. This one is, I think that god's called Ra. Even though I'm in an Egyptian phase, I don't really know much about it. There's some beads, and this one's got a little pharaoh on it. So what you do to take it off, you can actually just slide it off, but if you squeeze the book together, and then that goes through that little loop. Here we go. So just make sure it's in. So in this book there's beautiful, beautiful images from a book that somebody very kindly sent me when they found out I was doing an Egyptian journal. So these are cut from that, and then some of these are downloaded from the internet, but most of the Tutankhamun ones are from that book. And what I did was, this is full of bling. You see her head here, and then she's got little beads in that part of her as well. And these here, I've got a machine that cuts out shapes, but these were actually the bits between the shapes that you usually throw away, and I thought, oh, they look a bit Egyptian, so I've used them throughout the book as well as the shapes. And that's a papyrus. So here you can see this is the, oh, it isn't 2 envelopes, it's 1. Sorry, it's a long time since I made this. But it's folded, and these little books are held in with an elastic. And what I've done is I've just tied that in a bow on it so that it doesn't move around. So this is a scarab beetle, which is a ring actually, and I've put all these glittery things on it, and backed it with a gold doily. I'll just show you one of the books because they're very similar. So there's Nefertiti, a little charm of Nefertiti. This is a thing from the internet. Inside they've all got a beautiful embossed paper pocket, and I got some beautiful Egyptian stamps which I've put throughout as well. I love this one. It's like everywhere. So it's a little guy on a camel. As you can see, I love that one. Beautiful bird. Camel again. Nefertiti. Nefertiti. Another little pin with some beads on it. From the necklace as well. And then I've made a journaling card using the stamps. And that's a beautiful jewellery box. So then this side we have this lovely lady. These are actually the shapes that those other things came from. So you can see I've held in the envelope here onto the spine paper with the brads because of the construction of it. I didn't want it coming apart. And in here I have a nice tab with a papyrus on it and another beautiful papyrus. Here's the next one. This is actually a necklace. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. And again, pieces. Oh, that was a shape that I cut out, but this is just a piece from in between. I put some black pages in, and this is drawn with an 18 karat gold pen, and I thought I'd do some drawing on those pages. This is heat embossed. A little tip when you're doing it on this on anywhere really. I've got a little this little thing which I got off eBay, which it's got some sort of powder in it, but it's an anti-static pad. So what I do is I put it on, then stamp the image, then put the embossing powder on it, and then heat it up. And when it's set and cold, then you just brush off the white powder, and because it's anti-static, when you go to get the powder off it, it comes off really easily. Instead of sitting there like this bit did, I don't know whether you can see it, a couple of bits, I did some without the, where are you? And you can see there's a couple of flecks of the powder on it. So these are in between the envelopes. It's sewn into the spine, I think. Yes. So this stuff, it's really beautiful. It comes on a roll about that wide, and it's all these little squares that are just gorgeous, and you can just cut it up. So I cut it in strips, I cut it in lumps like that. I've cut out single ones and used them in some places. And this here, whoops, get it in, that's some metal braid, and then these were like gems that are stuck onto backing paper, and then on the papyrus thing and the chest I've just put a little bit of bling. So again, this is I'll just show you the charms in them. So that's an eye of Horus. They were silver. I got them from eBay. I just typed in Egyptian charms, and they were silver, so I've gone over them with alcohol inks to make them a bit goldy colour, so that they go with the journal. So as I say, the inside of it is, they're all practically the same, little beads there, and then it has another card at the back. This is from Germany. This is from a 200-year-old machine that cuts out these beautiful gold trims. It's called Dresden trim, which I thought went with the book really well. And in here, I've got another papyrus and another one. I just love the sort of style of their drawings and paintings, and some of the detail in this one here. Look at the chariot, it's just amazing. It's on a chest, painted on the side of a chest. So here's some more of that trim, and a beautiful necklace. I put a couple of little bling things on it, and again some of the black paper. And this is the next envelope. Oh, I have to glue that down, but you can see what it's like. I can just pretend it's meant to be like that, just swinging around. And then I've put some down his dress, and then he's got a bit of a thing in his hand, and he's got some on his armbands as well. Here's another little notebook. Look at that jewellery, it's amazing. Another little bead and an ankh. And another card I've made from the beautiful. These actually, all these Egyptian stamps, rubber stamps, came from England, and I bought them not mounted on wood because it was cheaper and because of the postage. And so my husband cut shapes to fit them, and I glued them on. And a little hint is, on the back of your piece of wood that you're mounting them on, before you mount it, stamp it so that you can see which way up it is. Then glue it the same way up as the stamp, so you can actually put it where you want it to be. Another beautiful trim there, and he's got some on his head. And here's gorgeous goddess, and another god, or Pharaoh himself. These are all held together with magnets. And these little things here cut out a circle, and then did the Eye of Horus on it in that gold embossing. And then this beautiful ribbon I thought went quite well with it. There's another page again with the gold cut out on my machine, and these gold things here. This is actually a copy of some hieroglyphics that I copied online. It's another picture from the internet. Oh, and then there's some lovely gold. I don't know whether you can see that. The paper behind has got tiny, tiny gold flecks on it. And there's the Tutankhamun mask, and I've never seen the back of it before. So what I've done is I've put gems down it, put gems on here and on there. Oh, one's missing, I think. Oh no, I didn't put, yes I did. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe not. Maybe I just put them in a different place. But it looks as if it should have one there, so I might put one there. Again, the gems, if you go to eBay, you can buy them in bulk. They're like $2 or something for 200 mixed ones, and then you can buy 200 of one colour. And why not? Because it's so cheap. And what I've done, just walking around the room here to look for it, what I've done is I've put them in these little containers and just put a sample of the size on the front so I can tell which size is there, so I can get at them easily. 200 sounds a lot, but it's actually doesn't look a lot. Yeah, I was quite excited when those came. I get excited about lots of little things like that. So here's another little book, a different paper there, which again is all glittery. I love this image. Of course, it's a modern image, and I think it's an image from a papyrus. And then there's Nefertiti, another little bead one. So each little book has got 2 tabs on it. You can see that how I used that fabric for the tab. I just frayed it all the way around and then folded it in half and stuck it on, and then put the little pin on it. The pins actually can't move now because I did it when the glue was wet and they're stuck. Look at him, gorgeous stamp. And this, that image there, oh, the skills of making things and painting and all of those skills are just amazing from that era. Another god or goddess. Some more from a modern papyrus. This ribbon's quite pretty. Again, it's got gold flecks on it. And the black paper. And this gorgeous hawk. And see, this is that Dresden trim as well that I've used as an edging. This is just stunning. I'd love to own a chair like that. Well, a throne like that. But not only the painting on it, but the workmanship of like the actual construction of it is just gorgeous. It's got all these carved wings, and then they've painted them on the outside. So all of this is carved into it. It's just stunning. Another, oh, that's a different embossed pocket with the papyrus in it. Another beautiful hawk. Little bead. And this one is a tiny little kneeling sort of, oops, I'll get her in for you. Come on. Where is she? There. Like a kneeling little servant girl or a goddess or something. I'm sure if she's a goddess, she wouldn't mind. She wouldn't like me calling her a servant girl. So there's picture there, and then I had a couple of these cards left over, so I popped those in for journaling. And then there's another pocket here. And this fabric here is gorgeous. It feels like metal. It's quite rough on it. Again, what I did was, oh, and all of these cards, the edge of them here is with that 18 karat gold pen, which is now wrecked because I rubbed it down the edge of all the cards and it's got a big groove in it now. So it's not much use for anything else, but there you go. And then what I did was I glued this on. I did the edging, and then I glued this on, and then put the picture over the top. And this all the way around the envelope, I've edged it with gold washi tape, and then down the middle here, because it was showing that orange colour that envelopes are, that's all washi tape as well. Then here, where I've got the little books in, I made an eyelet and put the elastic through so it doesn't actually rip the paper. And then there's that gorgeous image again that I love, and this one I put him a bit of bling on his around there and on his hat. And then the back, I didn't know what to put there, and I thought, I've got this little bit of material left, which is just stunning. The colours in it are just beautiful, so I thought I'd put that there. And again, I've just frayed the edges of it to make it look nice. So there you go. Oh, and on the back, I don't know whether I showed you the back. There's a there's a thread. There's a scarab beetle, and he's just held on with some of that beautiful braid, which I've glued way down the back here, and it's probably got one of those brads through it that I've got pages held in with, so he doesn't fall off. That was actually a key ring on a key ring, which I thought was rather nice. Hope you enjoyed that, because I enjoyed making it. Bye.